Okay, Deborah, here we are with the conjugations of the verb decir and traer. Yeah? Decir and traer. To say and to bring. Yeah? And the conjugation is dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, dijeron. Yeah? Dijeron. Remember, it's a strong sound. Dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, dijeron. Now, el verbo traer. Traje, trajiste, trajo, trajimos, trajeron. Yeah? So, traer. Remember to make the emphasis. Traer. ¿Ya? A-E. Traer. Muy bien. Now, ejercicios. Yo dije la verdad. Tú trajiste un regalo para tu amiga. Nosotros trajimos muchas cosas de nuestro viaje. ¿Qué dijiste tú? No escuché qué dijeron ellos. ¿Ustedes qué trajeron de la tienda? ¿Por qué no dijiste nada? El agente de viajes no dijo la información correcta. Mi maestra trajo un libro muy interesante. Yo traje juguetes para mi nieto. Nieto, grandson, nieto. Great. Now let's move to the verb leer and oír. Yeah? Now, leer, to read. Leer. Leí, leíste, leyó, leímos, leyeron. Now, remember in this verse, leer and oír, we have to add a Y in order to have a sound. Remember? We cannot say leo, we have to have a stronger sound. That's why we have the Y. Leyó. ¿Ya? Leí, leíste, leyó, leímos, leyeron. Now the verb in infinitive is leer. To er. Leer. Now, oír, to hear. Oí, oíste, oyó, oímos, oyeron. Ok. Ejercicios. Yo leí el libro de Don Quijote de la Mancha. ¿Oíste las noticias en la mañana? Mi esposo leyó el periódico en español. Nosotros no oímos el discurso del presidente. Los niños no oyeron la discusión. Nosotros leímos un artículo muy interesante. ¿Ya leíste el nuevo libro de Harry Potter? ¿Oyeron eso? ¿Oyeron eso? Remember to give expression to the words. ¿Sí? ¿Oyeron eso? Muy bien. Now, let's move to the verbs ir and ser. Yeah, remember these two verbs. They have the same conjugation in the preterite. Yeah? So the verb ir, the conjugation is, by the way, ir means to go. Yeah? Ir. Fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fueron. Fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fueron. Now, el verbo ser, to be. Fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fueron. That's the same. Es la misma conjugación. Now, I have here a note that says the verb ir a in the preterite will always express to go to a place. Ir a. Therefore, it will be used with the preposition a to express ir. Now, to express ir with somebody, the preposition con will be used. To express ir for transportation, the preposition en will be used. Por ejemplo, fui a la tienda. Fui a la tienda. Fui con mi hermana. Fui con mi hermana. Now remember we said that when you use the preposition con, yeah, it may have the meaning that you are going with your sister or that you are going to your sister. Yeah? And I know that you might be wondering why then we don't use voy a mi hermana. Yeah? Well, because a is to go to a place. Yeah? And here you're saying you're going to your sister. It's a person. So we don't say a. We would say a if you said voy a la casa de mi hermana. Yeah, now that's a place. But if you say voy con mi hermana, it may be understood that you are going to your sister to see your sister. Yeah? Or it may be understood that you are going with your sister. Now, how do you know the difference in a conversation? Well, it depends on the rest of the context of the conversation. And if there is no another context, then you ask. Yeah? If that's important for you to know. Yeah? Are you going with your sister or are you going to your sister? Yeah? Is she with you? Is she going with you? Yeah? Then you ask questions. Okay? Great. Now, fui en tren. Yeah? En tren. Remember, when you use the preposition en, it means that you are en, or that you were in a place, Yeah? So, fui en tren. So we use the preposition en to say that we were, or we would travel in train or bus or car or whatever. Yeah? Great. Now, let's move to exercise B. In the preterite, the verb ser is used to express profession, past job, positions, or a physical or a state of being in the past. Por ejemplo, fui contador de una empresa importante. Fui contador. Well, contador is a masculine, yeah? But it's what it says in the example. Now, if you want to say with a female, then you would say fui contadora de una empresa importante. Now, fui empleado por 5 años. ¿Ya? Fui empleado por 5 años. Fui un niño con sobrepeso. Fui un niño con sobrepeso. ¿Ya? Fui honesta y sincera. Fui honesta y sincera. Fui muy traviesa. Fui muy traviesa. Now you can also say, when I was a kid, I was very curious. Like, fui muy curiosa. Or then you can add the whatever adjective you were when you were a kid. But you use the verb ser when you're talking about being being somehow in the past. You don't use the verb estar. The verb estar. Okay? Great. So, past job positions, professions, physical, or a state of being in the past. Okay? Now remember that we say that also when you can use the verb ser for a state of being. Remember we were talking about that? Yeah? Like fui muy delgada. Yeah? Fui muy delgada. Or estoy or estuve muy delgada. Yeah? Now remember when you use estar, the verb estar, it's a temporary condition. Estoy muy delgada ahora. ¿Sí? Pero normalmente no soy delgada. Soy un poco gruesa. ¿Ah? Ahora estoy más delgada. Soy delgada, I'm thin, soy delgada, pero ahora estoy más delgada. You see? Soy, the verb ser, soy delgada, that's my condition, yeah? That's my characteristic, yeah? Delgada, but now estoy, el verbo estar, estoy más delgada de lo normal. Yeah? See the difference? The first one is my characteristic is a thin person, and the second one is a condition, a temporary condition. I am thinner than I used to be. Huh? Great. Now the exercises. ¿A dónde fuiste ayer? ¿Con quién fueron ellos? El año pasado nosotros fuimos a La Paz. ¿Tú fuiste sincera? Ustedes no fueron amables. Ustedes fueron en tren o en camión. Mi esposo fue gerente de un banco. Ayer nosotros fuimos a la playa. Mis hijos fueron muy traviesos. En la mañana yo fui con mi amiga. These are the exercises. Now, we talk about how to know when to use fui with the verb ir and when to use fui with the verb ser. Yeah? Or how to recognize them in a conversation or in a paragraph that you're reading. Well, first of all, you will know because of the context of the conversation. Yeah, if you're talking about going someplace or that you went to a place, then it's the verb ir a. Yeah, fui a la playa, fuimos al cine. Yeah, but if you have doubts, or if you're reading, how do you know? Remember, the verb ir will use prepositions after the verb, like the preposition en, or a, or con. Yeah? Those are the main well, not the main, but the most common ones that we use with the verb ir. Yeah? And when you use the verb ser, we don't use prepositions. Yeah? We use adjectives or the past perfections. Yeah? Or we might use some adverbs. Yeah? But we don't use prepositions with the verb ser. Yeah? Great. Well, I think that's it. That's the last part for the preterite, and I want you to know that you can, of course, listen to this, but also you can listen and write. Listening and write. Listening and write. Yeah? Listening and write. Write what I am saying in Spanish. And you can always push pause. Okay? That will be a great practice for you. Listening what I'm saying and then writing. Listening and then writing. And then practice your reading out loud. Always reading out loud. The best practice you can do in order for you to have a great pronunciation and to be fluent in Spanish is to read out loud and exaggerate. Okay? Muy bien, Deborah. Well, I hope to see you soon, and I hope you have a great time. Great summer. Okay? Nos vemos.